Here we go, mate. It's the end of the season. Just like that.
It is. You know what? 2020. Oh, it's been a mixed year, I'd say. But one of the shining lights of 2020 is definitely the Polo Punt Club Podcast.
I would have thought so, but I think the Spring Carnival, mate. I think it's really just brought a lot of punters in because COVID or no COVID. Well, actually, with COVID, mate, hasn't the bookies? The bookies have just loved it.
Every single bookie, I reckon, has made a lot more money this year than they would have done in previous years.
Yes,
because people can't go anywhere.
Nah.
Right? So they're stuck at home.
Yep.
They're watching sport.
Yes.
It's like, oh, geez. Don't usually watch IPL. Might watch it. How can I make this interesting? Gonna have a punt on it.
100%. But let me give this podcast a little bit more light here. There we go.
Jeez.
Bang. Just like that. But yeah, no, mate, I 100% agree. And I don't know. I'm just happy that we're out of it. But I'm thinking back to the start of the autumn as well. We were on Zoom calls watching quaddies. I think that's the last quaddie we actually won. To be completely honest.
Classic 3 from 4 yesterday as well. Standard.
Yeah, we had a midweek dabble at the Gold Coast Punters. And
why not?
Gee, second leg, we thought we were home with warp speed or whatever it was called and showed no ticker whatsoever.
Zero ticker.
Saw the winning post and got a little bit spooked. But anyway, I digress. Mate, let's get cracking onto the last episode like we always do. We're going to kick this one off with the stayers from the spring. Look, I'm going to kick it off because I'm sure she's in your selections as well, but very elegant for mine. The Caulfield Cup winner exceeded expectations for mine, and her run in the Melbourne Cup was outstanding as well.
Yeah, I had VE. I already mentioned her in the
middle distance.
The middle distance, yeah, because she won from middle distances all the way up to a stayers distance.
Mate,
she's a super tough horse.
Yeah, honest.
She's a good girl, and yeah, Caulfield Cup run was super tough. How many times can you say that in the space of a minute? And yeah, Melbourne Cup run. When you mentioned that the other day, I was just like, I'll rewatch the Melbourne Cup and feel the pain of Tiger Moth running second again, just to watch Very Elegant. So, yeah, very, very fair, very fair.
Yeah, no, she did a fantastic job for mine. Who is another one of yours?
Well, one that I think you might talk about, the Prince of Iran.
He didn't make my list.
Okay.
But, look, I would love... And Charlie Fellows, mate, gee, look, aim big, but I'd love to get him on the podcast next year.
Oh, jeez.
My goodness.
Wouldn't that be nice?
He's so good, mate. He has a really small stable. I think he does. Let's say he does. And, yeah, the Prince is obviously his shining light of the stable, but he just does no good over there.
Yeah, he's a genuine traveller. He likes to come down under. I think it might be because when you flush the toilet, it goes in a different direction. It might be something to do with that.
I think I remember him saying that actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, he had a great spring. So he ran fourth in the
Caulfield Cup.
Caulfield Cup, yeah.
He ran a third in the Melbourne Cup.
Oh, should have won.
Yeah. Oh, he probably should have won.
Held up for 200 meters, and he was flying through the line. I think in our review of it, you were like, not often you hear this, but what's further?
Yeah, not often you say it after a 2-mile race, but he wants further.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's a good horse, and he's an older fella.
He is.
Will he be back next year? he'll be 9.
I think Charlie Fellows after the race said, "Yep, we're coming back."
Oh, play on.
You know, obviously a lot of things have to go under the bridge there, but yeah, it'd be great to see. I had the Melbourne Cup winner, Twilight Payment, as one, just because it's our greatest staying race. And you have to, mate, that was Ride of the Spring for mine by Jai McNeil.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. He
had a plan and he executed it perfectly.
Yeah, he was brutal up front, and not many horses can hold on for that long in the hurt locker, but yeah, rode it to perfection. I just remember watching it and being on Tiger Moth, running behind it. I was just like, get over it, get over it, get over it, get over it. Yeah. He just kept him out.
Kept going, mate. And he got a well-deserved wash down after the race, which I love to see because there was a stinker down there this year.
Yeah, it was.
Which a lot of the Europeans wouldn't have been used to. But, I thought he was a fantastic performance and definitely the ride of the spring for mine from Jai.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Look, this one's a little bit... you might not agree with me here. But I'm going to say Russian Camelot.
Okay.
Look, Melbourne Cup, a little bit disappointing. Cox Plate.
Oh, it got found out.
Yeah. But I say that because I think he's a horse who honestly will win the Caulfield Cup next year.
Okay.
Don't know what price he is now.
Let me have a look.
Maybe 10s to 15s, something like that.
If he's not favourite, mate, he'd be very close.
Yeah. Look, a lot of things need to happen from now until then.
So much footy to play.
But he's got 2,400 written all over him. I think that's his distance. Showed in the Victoria Derby. The South Australian Derby, sorry. That's his go. He'll be a year older.
Yep. Yeah. Won't be getting the weight off the others, but I think he'll mature a bit, which I think is probably what he's lacking because even in that first up run, I forget the race now, but that Fierce Impact one over the mile.
Yep.
And he was first up there and he was 5 wide the trip and he still ran out of his skin. He was coming back on the line and you just go like, my God, if this thing can just settle, it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Which is the missing ingredient. And the exciting thing about that as well is that has a pretty rich owner and they want to take him overseas as well, which that excites me. I'm really excited to see Classic Legend run in a couple of weeks, even though he's not in Australia. We'll claim him. Hong Kong owner, but we'll claim him. It'll be great to see him run in a Group 1 sprint over in Hong Kong. Bivouacs going overseas. I think they're targeting Dubai or something.
Yeah.
It's good to see the locals take on the world.
100%.
Which is, I reckon, it's the only blemish on Winx's resume for mine.
Yeah, it really is. And yeah, it'll be good to see Biv and Classic go around, and would not be surprised if they're back again for the Everest next year. I think Russian with another 12 months under his belt next spring. Well, what's he paying in the Caulfield Cup, man? You got
equal favourite with VE, $13.
$13.
So then you have Tiger Moth, Montefilia, which is interesting. Then the Prince, Surprise Baby. If we had a reverse horses to watch, I reckon he'd feature in mine. He was very disappointing. The baby.
Yeah, he was. The amount of people who I spoke to after the race who said they were on Surprise Baby was unbelievable. The money came for it late.
Oh, yeah. I think it did start favourite, and it was all based off its Melbourne Cup run last year. And it only had, 2 runs prior to that. It had 2 runs in 12 months in the lead up. And I think we'll see a lot more of the baby now. I think they'll actually race it in the autumn and feature more heavily in the spring, which will be good to see because, mate, he's a quality horse, but we haven't been able to see him. So, mate, my last one was, and this guy did nothing wrong, the Chosen One.
I was looking at the Chosen One.
Mate,
he did nothing wrong.
Did nothing wrong. He was fantastic. 3rd in the Caulfield Cup and 4th in the Melbourne Cup. Destroyed my first 4 in trifecta in corresponding races. But
same here.
Mate, yeah, he exceeded expectations for mine. I think a race like the Sydney Cup in the autumn, which is you don't have any stars usually racing in that, he could definitely feature there. But yeah, mate, he ran super.
Yeah. No, I have to agree with you there. I looked at him and I thought, Prince of Iran's just a one-up on that, isn't it?
Yeah, so fair. Cool. Alrighty, mate. No others?
No others.
Cool. And as we always do, mate, next up in the lineup is our Polo Recipients over the last week. Kick us off with your top tier.
Well, mate, it's funny. By the time the cricket season rolls around, the Australian cricket season, I feel like it's the perfect time. And it's like, you start watching it.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, I've missed this.
Yes.
I'm not a massive fan of one days, but
yeah,
I've got to admit I have enjoyed watching the series against India.
Yes.
And if you've been watching those games, and believe it or not, the second game, or maybe the second game, was the most watched ODI in history on Fox. So like in paid subscription, or maybe even the most watched cricket game on Fox.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'll have to double check that, punters.
Well, it was only on Fox, so that sounds about right.
Yeah. I think it was 600,000 or something like that.
Jeez,
pretty decent. Right. And if you've been watching him, punters, Smudge, he deserves a top tier Polo for that performance.
Smudge. Honourable mention to Maxi.
Honourable mention to Maxwell's switch hit 6 that travelled 100 metres last night.
Mate. That's
what I've got written down here. Did you see that shot?
Well, I did. But he scored 350s. I think he was going over 200 in each strike rate. Unbelievable. Mate, I couldn't hit him off the square in 4th grade.
Mate, that reverse switch hit thing, like a pull shot, I guess, reverse. It went for 100 metres, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
And Smudge with 2 tons, both off 62 balls. Great to watch. Yes, I think a well-deserved top tier for me.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for the summer of cricket, and I don't think I've looked forward to a summer of cricket more. In recent years, at least, especially when it hasn't been an Ashes series. Whenever it's an Ashes series, I'm up for it. But I thought, India here again. We just had them here, but I'm up for it. I don't know why. I'm looking forward to it. Mate, my top tier is the Harrovian.
Yeah. Play on.
Won his last 10 races. And you know what? They've taken their medicine up north.
They have.
They've made him a more mature horse. They've brought him down to the big smoke in Brisbane.
How good.
And I think he's won 2 or 3 on the trot in Brisbane, and he's won 13 of his last 15. Now they're talking all-star mile for the big fella. Yeah, 100%. He'll get in the field.
Yeah, I think so.
The whole of Queensland will vote for him.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I think he was drifting before that race. He got out to like $7 or $8.
No respect.
No respect for him. Winners just win.
So that was a listed race, and I reckon that was probably, of his preparation, that was probably his biggest win in terms of margin. So he's been getting better throughout his prep. So I reckon, don't get me wrong, I don't think he'll feature in an all-star mile, but I could see him featuring in like Group 3 races.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Which is a great story.
Yeah. Like, I reckon he's probably right now, here and now, he's the best story for Queensland racing.
Yeah. Because
the blood's just left. Isotope keeps missing the kick. Rothfire's injured. Who else is there?
No one.
Yeah. Sad to see. But
Needorp.
Needorp. The cash cow. Mashani Hustler.
Yeah, Mashani Hustler. One of the great stories. Well, I saw a video of the Harrovian's owner post-race, and he had glistening eyes, tears in his eyes. And he was like, I wasn't going to fly down. I only just decided to fly down yesterday, and I've got to fly back tomorrow morning. I tell you what, won't be much sleep tonight. Good on you, mate.
Yeah, going to the big house. Who's your middle tier, mate?
Middle tier for me, you might have seen it, but at Rose Hill on the weekend, Brendan Abdullah. Abdullah, good jockey. He was grilled over his ride by the stewards on passage of time.
I didn't watch a minute of Rosehill, but talk me through it.
So it was a $41 thing, and post-race, the stewards kept telling him your vigour was not acceptable, not at an acceptable level in the last 200 metres. So
as in, he didn't ride out.
That's what the stewards are arguing.
All right.
I think it ran 4th or 5th, missed the winner by about 2 lengths.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, listen to this exchange.
Yep.
So Birch, who's the steward, what if I said your vigour inside the final 200 metres was just not at an acceptable level to racing fans or stewards? Abdullah, that's your opinion and I don't agree with it. Birch, it is a very important opinion because we sit this side of the table. Abdullah, I understand that, but that's your opinion. I gave the horse every possible chance the way the race was won. Birch, he's watching the vision. Is that Brenton Abdullah at his best? You turn the whip and give him one hit with the whip for a horse that has been held up for a furlong and you get the outside, you hit him once with the whip. To be quite frank with you, your lack of vigour is very concerning. Surely aren't the racing fans and stewards entitled to see more from Brenton Abdullah, one of Sydney's leading riders? Abdullah, I said exactly what I said. Do you want me to keep repeating myself? The horse was beaten. He didn't make up any ground when I was riding him hard. I gave you fair reasons for everything. You just keep hunting me for the last 50 metres on the horse. Birch, no, let's be clear. It's the last 200 metres. When were you at your best on the horse? Abdullah, what do you think I'm doing now watching the vision? Birch, that's not your best. That's not your best on the horse. We can show you a few films and that'll be night and day. Abdullah just walks out after this and the meeting was adjourned. I was reading this. This is in the Sydney Morning Herald, right? I was reading this. I was like, is every jockey steward meeting like this? Are the jockeys getting absolutely grilled for like things like that? Like,
I'd say so.
Yeah, it was just I found it really bizarre and a little bit off-putting. I was like, what are you trying to get out of him? Are you trying to get Abdullah to basically say, yeah, look, to be fair, could have probably ridden better in that race? What are you trying to get out of him? He ran 5th or 4th. It was a $41 thing.
Yeah. Strange. Yeah, that's bizarre. I could understand that if it's like $1.50.
Yeah, 100%. Or if it was a Group 1, Group 2 race.
Yeah, off-season, 5 horses in the field? Is that what you said?
No, the horse ran 4th or 5th. It was a $41 thing.
Yeah, right.
He missed the winner by 2 lengths.
Yeah, right. Like, I'd just back in the jockeys there. Like, they're the ones in the firing line. They're the ones doing the hard yards. I
think as well, innocent until proven guilty, right?
Yeah.
So, Birch, this steward, it's almost like he's coming at him with the assumption that there's some foul play at hand. You didn't ride that horse as good as you could have because you knew something was up in the race. It's like, well, that's the wrong attitude to come into this with.
Yeah, well, I know, I only found this out this year, and I was flabbergasted by it. But horse trainers and stables, they can actually bet on horse racing.
Yeah, of course they can.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be their own horse or their own stable, which I found bizarre. Like, surely there's integrity issues there.
I guess so.
If that sort of stakeholder can have, a bet, surely stewards can. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Maybe he was just talking out of his pocket.
Maybe he had a big each way on it. The steward.
Yeah, credit to him. I'd probably react the same way.
But yeah, I just thought I just stumbled across that article and found it a bit sort of off-putting. I didn't realise the amount of heat the jockeys can cop, especially for something that seemed... And I watched the replay. I was like, I'm no steward, but I can't see anything here.
Interesting. Okay. Fair chat there, mate. I've gone my middle tier. The ex-Aussie horses that ran in Hong Kong over the weekend. So Chenier beat Eric the Eel and Shadow Hero. And they're all new names now, but not bothering with that. Had it as a middle tier because I think Chenier won and he beat Eric the Eel by a length or so, and Shadow Hero was a bit luckless, running in 5th or 6th or something. Good to see them that they automatically, the Australian form marries up with the international form, but Chanier was a pretty damn good horse. So was Shadow Hero. Eric the Eel was upcoming. We probably didn't see the best of him. And he was another Queensland horse. Bloody hell. Broken record. But it'd just be great if they were in Australia.
Yeah, agreed, mate. All three horses you'd like to see still going around over here, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Bottom tier for me this week is going to the Godolphin Raiders in Perth.
Oh.
So, Special K and the Railway.
Great shout.
Trekking in the Winterbottom.
Oh, big boy. Yeah.
So, bottom tier Polo, swap that that blue for a nice purple. I think the Godolphin Raiders. Terrible.
Far
efforts.
out. Yep. 100%. Can't agree more with you. My bottom tier is my partner, Prue.
That's a bit harsh.
Well, you clearly know what this is about, but she broke her thumb doing a burpee, no less. So, required surgery, punters. Required surgery in a sling for 6 weeks. Just in all sorts.
Yeah. Oh, look, I don't agree with burpees full stop because
I know
they hurt after you do too many. So,
I know.
Firstly, that's poor form. Unlucky Prue, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. But you know what? She'll be better for it.
Get that on the big jobs.
100%, mate. Okay, let's take a quick break, but then we'll get stuck in to the Kingston town. Alrighty, DJ. The last Group 1 race of Season 1 on the pod, the Kingston Town Stakes. 1,800 metre, weight for age, which is an important stat for this race, I reckon. A lot of horses are getting some weight relief from last start. In the, what was the first one? A couple of weeks ago?
It was the Railway.
Yes, the Railway, which Inspirational Girl won. So she was 53 kilos there. She's 57 now. And a lot of horses from that race are back up in the weights, which is interesting. First run in 1976. The key lead-up races are the Lee Steer. So KC won that with Red Cam Man and Kementari. Lol. Running third. The Asian Bow, which Inspirational Girl won. Too Close to the Sun, Red Cam Man again. And then the Northerly Stakes as well, which Taxigano won, which is in this race, but it was about 90 to 1, so big caveat there. Platoon and Massimo. No real stats about different age groups and that sort of thing that I could find, but there is some 3-year-olds here down in the weights as well. And I know that is exactly what you love. So, talk me through this race. How do you see things panning out?
Yeah, I think the first thing I noticed was Inspirational Girl drawing the car park.
Yeah.
Barrier 18. Because she's the obvious one you look at first because she was dominant in the Railway. So she draws the car park and you're thinking, okay, where does she sit? Because do you want her to be forward? Do you want her to be back a bit, sitting? I don't think it really matters. I think you ride her slightly quiet at the start and find a good position. Well,
she was 12th, then 7th heading into the 400. So Pikey got into a good position. Yeah.
And I can see Pikey being completely comfortable with finding her a good position. Yeah. Probably in the back half of the field, I'd say.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of finding some luck to get out. It's awfully hard to go against her in this.
Yeah,
it is. So I don't think I have. Don't think I have the balls to take her on. Really,
the stones. I don't have the stones either. Gee, bit of speed. Trap for Fools. Interesting. Returning to Ascot. So he's pretty much just stayed on the East Coast for the last couple of years, but he did start his career over in Ascot as well, over in the West. So he'll go forward with Too Close to the Sun.
Grandad Chop.
Yeah, Grandad Chop as well. They're your clear leaders. And I just think they'll be nice pacemakers, to be honest. Too Close to the Sun, by far the best of those.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's out to a distance now that is actually quite suitable. So I can definitely understand the $8 available for him. I just think he's drawn a little bit sticky, but he also drew a little bit sticky last start, but he was still nearly 2 lengths off.
He was good, but yeah, I was literally just about to say he was 2 lengths off Inspirational Girl.
Yeah, but to be fair, last time he was at 1,800 metres, he did win by over 4 lengths, but on a heavy track, won't get those conditions on the weekend. So I digress. And he was 53 kilos last start, and he's up to 59 here, as is weight for age conditions. Did you have a look at the 3-year-olds here?
I did. As soon as I see a 3-year-old filly, it's a lot in the weights. Something inside me just perks up a bit. So, look, I did look at number 15, Dom to Shoot, number 16, Watch Me Dance, and number 17, Snickerdoodle Dandy, but it's an emergency. So, look, the one that I actually think is pretty decent, a decent shout for an each way, is number 16, Watch Me Dance. Comes into this race having 1-2, both at the mile, one on a heavy track, one on a good track, Group 3 and a Group 2. That was against the first one, was against fillies. The next was the Western Australian Guineas, which was against the boys as well. So I think this is a really good up-and-coming filly. If you look at her record on the good track, it's excellent. If you look at her record, though, at the distance, it's non-existent because she hasn't raced at the 1800. So that has to be a question mark. But I think the way she's treated at the weights, Inspirational Girl's got 57 on her back. Watch Me Dance has got 50. So I think it's a good each way bet. Don't want to take her on to beat Inspirational Girl, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think at $10, I wouldn't be surprised to see a feature. Draws a nice barrier as well. So yeah, I might have a little play on her.
Yeah. No, she was the pick of the 3-year-olds for mine for all the reasons outlined. So my trifecta in the race, I have gone Inspirational Girl on top. I'm definitely not having a bet on her. I think she is the most likely winner in the race, but I am concerned by that weight rise for mine and that barrier. I don't think it's the best $2.90 shot I've ever seen. And it is a bit difficult to really marry up this WA form, to be honest. I think Too Close to the Sun, he's done nothing wrong. He's honest. He'll run a good race. And I think the big improver in the race is number 13, KC. She is by far the best weighted horse in this race by the length of the straight. She carried 56 kilos last start in the railway. She more or less she rises half a kilo here, but she's still getting 3.5 kilos off Inspirational Girl. She's getting 5.5 kilos off Too Close to the Sun. So if she finds that form that she had 2 runs ago in the Lee Steer, she'll go awfully close here. She won this race last year as well.
Yeah, as a 3-year-old filly with 50 kegs on her back. So
yeah,
it's definitely possible for them to win. Casey's not in my top 3, but I think if you're playing in first 4s, she has to be in them.
Yep.
Inspirational Girl for me, I've got on top. But yeah, agree with you. I think she's more vulnerable here than in the railway. Like I said, I think number 16, Watch Me Dance, is a great shout. I think she'll run second, and I think Too Close to the Sun will get a nice run up front. So I think he'll finish third. If Truly Great runs a race here and wins, I'll be dirty. But I think I don't think he showed me enough last start.
No, he finished off nicely, but I just thought he'd sit a bit closer, to be honest. And he does get out to a distance that's a bit more suitable, but I think he's just a class below a few of these. The Realm Runner that at a price could run into the top 4 here as well is number 6, Nerf Bosk. Ex-Melbourne runner, I believe. Ran in the Melbourne Cup a couple of years ago. Did strange prep. Yeah, for a stayer, they've just been keeping it at the 1,400 metres, 1,500 metres, and actually won over 1,400 metres last start in Ascot. So, yeah, strange, especially when his best distance is out to this distance, if not mile and a half. Look, he could be a big improver. Likes the rock hard tracks, which they typically are over in the West. So I reckon he's a sneaky chance for mine, but yeah, I think Inspirational Girl, most likely winner.
Yeah, agree with you, man. Agree with you there.
Okay, juicy stakes time. Do you have any?
Oh, look, I think I don't have a roughie.
I have one. I'll kick us off. Going to Doomben in the what do you call it? The feature race, the George Moore race 8 on the program. Handicap 1,200 metres. Okay, this horse pops up every now and then. If you're playing exotics punters, chuck it on in there, and it's a quaddy killer. I can feel it in me waters. Number 13, River Racer. My God, can never catch this thing, but I think, I've seen worse 50 to 1 pops.
The Brisbane River Racer.
Handicap, big tick. Down in the weights, bottom weight here. Doomben, huge tick. And that's about it. Look, pretty difficult race. You have Deep Image, Scalapini, the Odyssey, Outback Barbie, Baccarat Baby, Jonker, Spurcraft, the Cash Cow, Mishani Hustler, who's not been back to his best cash cow self.
He's a dead cow. Bit of Angus.
Yeah. So, yeah, but River Racer, mate, I might have something small each way on him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, don't have a roughie, but I thought in the feature, Watch Me Dance.
Yep.
$10 at the moment is a great shout. I think there's some good value in that race. I won't be punting on Inspirational Girl, but might have a sneaky trifecta, I reckon, because, if you can jag second and third.
Yeah. Fair enough,
value
mate.
there.
Fair enough. If the races are on, mate, you may as well. And who's your best? Do you have a best bet?
I do. In the last at Ascot, Dark Mission.
Hold on. Let me have a look here.
Load her up. All you need to know. Pikey on the back.
Of course. $2.60.
Those silks.
Generous.
$2.60 is a stupid price. Yeah, it looks likely here. It's first up. Record is good. Distance, good. Yeah.
Bang.
Bang.
All right. Well, I've gone race 7 at Ascot. Number 10, Celebrity Queen, who did let us down last week, but, she finished off pretty damn well. Just couldn't reel in Elite Street, who... good. Well done if you found that thing. But stays at the... goes to the 1,400 metres here. Yeah, I just think she was absolutely screaming out for it. Look, short quote, $2.10, but Kementari's in this race. Surely he won't win again.
Kementari's $6.50. When was the last time you saw him at genuine roughie prices? Let's have a quick look-see.
All right. Career ROI is negative 49%, which is, that's actually not the worst I've seen.
I've seen some bad ones.
Let's have a look here. He was $16 in the Railway, $3.80 favourite, where he ran third. $16 chance at Moonee Valley.
It's pretty rough.
$8 chance at Flemington.
Back to his Brisbane prep.
$15 in the Stradbroke. $5.50 where he ran a really nice 8th. $3.80 favourite in Brisbane where he ran 5th. God. I can't remember ever having a bet on him, to be honest.
Special K.
Nah.
Oh, I don't know if I would have bet on him when he won the Guineas. But yeah, $16, $17, like it's a good price. Don't get me wrong, but there's not a single price which is 20s, 30s, 40s. He's one of those horses that's always going to be unders, I reckon.
My God, he beat Pirata and Trapeze Artist that day.
Oh yeah, I think I would have had Pirata.
That's nearly knocked me off my chair.
It was a great run too. I remember it. Yeah, came on the outside, kicked home.
Crikey.
Tough run, real tough.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't shown. Maybe that just took it out of him.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, he went to stud and he was no good. So really, really took it out of him because he's been gelded since. Anyway, cool. Nice one, mate. All right, season 1 done and dusted.
Yeah,
it's good. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been good, mate.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
Excited for the autumn.
Yeah.
Sydney Championships. I think it's my favourite time of the year to punt.
Yeah.
Derby Day always will be. But I love the Sydney Championships.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's It's just a fantastic. I just love how it's this Flemington Spring Carnival is just a bit full on. It's like by the time the Melbourne Cup comes around, I'm just got squares for eyes looking at that much form. So
yeah.
But yeah, mate, looking forward to the autumn. So we're gonna go away, have a bit of a freshen up, but we're aiming to come back in January to do some Magic Millions stuff, and then we'll be kicking right back into gear for the CF4 when that kicks off at the beginning of Feb. But thanks so much for listening, guys. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll keep going bigger and better next year.
I don't know how you can go much better than being the number 1 trending podcast in Australia, but if we match that next season, I'll be a happy man.
Bit of fake news there, but
fake news.
Hopefully next year, eh? Alrighty.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next year.
Thanks, guys. See ya.